This man only realizes at checkout that he doesn't have enough money. The waitress complains, "What? Cops don't have to pay for food. Looks like I'll cover this myself." Her words make Charlie embarrassed. But he's never greedy. He even tips waiters every time. Seeing a lottery ticket in his wallet, he gets an idea. He tells the waitress, "If I win, you get half. If not, I'll come back tomorrow and pay double." Eve doesn't believe him, but she agrees casually. Yet, that plane ticket actually wins the jackpot, $64 million. After splitting with other winners, Charlie still gets $4 million, enough to change the family's poor life. But Charlie isn't happy. He remembers his promise to give half away. At first, he hides it from his wife, but after a struggle, he tells her. She nearly explodes because she knows Charlie's stubborn. If he says it, he'll do it. Charlie has always loved helping others. That's why he became a cop. He helps blind people cross the street. He delivers babies for strangers. He donates from his small salary to the poor. He risks his life chasing thieves. He even coaches kids to play baseball after work. Everyone calls him a good neighbor, with awards covering his wall. But his wife is the opposite, selfish and picky. In her salon, she openly complains Charlie never takes bribes to make money. One day, she dreams of winning. She demands Charlie buy a lottery ticket with their anniversary date. Charlie thinks it's silly, but he still buys one during patrol. When he shows her, she scolds him again. Their date is the 27th, but he bought 26. She's angry until the TV announces the numbers. Suddenly, she goes from rage to joy, but then Charlie reminds her of his promise to the waitress. Her joy vanishes. She refuses to give away $2 million. She even pressures him to lie and say they didn't win. Charlie struggles. Next day, standing at the diner door, he still hesitates. His partner sees it and tells him, "Do the right thing." But what is right? He still can't decide. Inside, Eve apologizes first. "Yesterday was the worst day of my life. You did nothing wrong. I shouldn't have taken it out on you." Turns out, Eve once dreamed of being an actress in New York, but after years, she's still just a waitress. Yesterday, her cheating husband stole all her savings, maxed her credit card with $20,000 debt. She couldn't even afford a divorce. Court declared her bankrupt. Leaving the courthouse, it poured rain. Her umbrella broke. Soaked, she went home, ate a dry sandwich, then rushed to work. But for being late, her boss docked her 2 hours' pay. Yesterday, Eve truly hit rock bottom. Today isn't better. Her boss yells at her for missing a dine and dash. He makes her pay. When he orders coffee, she spits back with a trick, pouring ash into his cup. Charlie sees her struggles, yet her optimism. He decides to follow his heart and stay kind. He gives her a small gift, a glasses chain. He noticed yesterday she kept losing her glasses. With this chain, she can hang them around her neck. Eve beams, lowering her guard. Then Charlie hands the choice back to her. Take double the meal price or half the lottery prize. Because she just got a gift from Charlie, and because Eve never believed her bad luck could win, she picked the latter, thinking it's safer not to take advantage. But then, to her surprise, Charlie says they've won $4 million. At first, Eve doesn't believe it. She even scolds him for joking. But when Charlie repeats firmly, she can't hold back her joy. To celebrate, Eve hugs everyone in the diner. She even shouts that lunch is on her. Not only that, she adds free ice cream for every guest. The boss quickly records every order, afraid to miss a cent. Seeing Eve so happy, Charlie feels relieved. He didn't lie. Outside, his partner gives him an approving look. He always knew Charlie would do the right thing. But Muriel, Charlie's wife, explodes when she hears the news. She curses nonstop, even on the bus ride to claim the prize. Charlie has a plan. He knows her vanity. He suggests she announce the giveaway on stage herself. That way, she'll be seen as generous. All over the news, people will call her a hero. No one else would give $2 million to a stranger. Maybe she could even become famous. Blinded by the dream of glory, Muriel agrees. Soon, the ceremony begins. Reporters surround them, and just as planned, Muriel pretends to be noble, saying she'll share the money. Their story spreads nationwide, but Muriel doesn't become a star. Even her shampoo ad sells nothing. Instead, she grows more vain and arrogant. She shops only in luxury stores. She buys only high-end clothes. Charlie just trails behind like a porter. When he helps beggars, she scolds him harshly, but he always sneaks money back into their hands. Then karma strikes. Muriel buys an expensive fur coat. Animal activists drench her with red paint. She has to wear plain clothes, embarrassed. Meanwhile, Eve uses her share wisely. She pays off debts. She buys the diner and runs it herself. She even names a table after Charlie, offering free meals to the homeless. Life seems set apart, until one day. On patrol, Charlie senses something wrong in a convenience store. Customers stand frozen, signaling danger. He steps outside calmly, calls for backup, then sneaks in through the basement. Sure enough, Two robbers are inside. Charlie hurls a can at one's head. The gunman drops. Charlie tackles the other. Backup arrives just in time. All hostages are safe, except Charlie, who takes a bullet in the arm. He retires early, but the media hails him a hero. Even the mayor awards him a medal. At the ceremony, Charlie shocks Muriel again. He donates $10,000 to the Police Widows Fund. For Muriel, it's a nightmare. Money slipping away. She can't take back his words, so she renovates the house instead. She even throws out Charlie's favorite chair as punishment. By now, their values clearly clash. Charlie wants peace, kindness, stability. Muriel only wants wealth and vanity. One day, she drags him to a lottery cruise party. At the party, an old man brags about making a fortune in stocks. Muriel gets excited, takes notes like it's gospel. Charlie isn't interested. He goes to the deck. There he sees Eve arguing with a cab driver. Out of kindness, Charlie helps her. But suddenly, the cruise ship sails off, leaving them behind. Eve feels guilty, but Charlie feels free. He hates crowds, and Muriel is busy chasing wealth, so he and Eve let it be, find a restaurant, and share dinner. Next to them, a wedding begins. The happy scene stirs emotions. Eve recalls her ex, once romantic, later a liar who ruined their home. Charlie thinks of his wife. They were high school sweethearts, married young, but now they're distant, like lines that crossed and drifted apart. Maybe it's the night, maybe it's loneliness. Soft music plays. Eve asks Charlie for a dance. They grow close, but keep boundaries. For now, friendship is rare and precious. Charlie convinces himself, given time, he and his wife will be fine. Meanwhile, Muriel is still glued to the old man, blinded by greed. Even when the ship docks, she flirts with him. Next day, Charlie and Eve go rollerblading. Charlie falls straight into a lake. Eve laughs out loud. Later, they go to the subway, pay fares for strangers. It's small money, but it warms hearts. Soon, they do more charity. They rent a baseball field, invite kids and neighbors. For many poor kids, it's the first taste of dreams and fun. But when Charlie brings kids home, disaster hits. His clothes are thrown out by Muriel. She saw the newspaper reporting his charity with Eve. She's furious, certain they're having an affair. No matter how Charlie explains, she won't listen. She calls him useless, a blue-collar fool. Charlie stays silent. He knows who he is and won't change. So Muriel makes it final. She files for divorce. Charlie accepts. After more than 10 years, he packs 2 suitcases and leaves quietly. Meanwhile, Eve faces her own hell. Her ex-husband, drowning in debt, demands $500,000. Since they're still legally married, Eve can't call the police, so she flees with a suitcase. At the hotel, fate strikes again. She runs into Charlie. Feelings ignite. They spend a night together. But next morning, media swarm the hotel. Turns out the staff recognize them. News spreads fast. 2 still married people sharing a room. In an instant, they're branded as cheaters. Muriel sees the scandal on the news and gets an idea. She decides to use public opinion as a weapon. At the divorce signing, she first demands all the winnings. For old time's sake, Charlie agrees. But that's not enough. She also demands Eve return the $2 million or face a lawsuit. Charlie feels she's gone too far. He grabs her arm in anger, but instead gets accused of violence. No deal can be reached, so they end up in court. In trial, Charlie's lawyer finds a key point. The winning number was Charlie's choice, not Muriel's anniversary date, so the money should be his. But he underestimates her tricks. Muriel claims, "Yes, our wedding day is the 27th, but the night before, my late father came to me in a dream. He said the real date should be the 26th. I've followed his word ever since." Absurd, yet the gossip-hungry press spins it into a touching story. Public opinion shifts in her favor. Then Muriel's lawyer strikes. He exposes the violence, hinting maybe she was threatened into giving Eve $2 million. The crowd buys it. Eve could deny everything and walk free, but she doesn't. She can't lie, because she truly loves Charlie. After days of hearings, the outcome is clear. Muriel wins sympathy. Charlie is painted as a cheating husband. Eve is branded a gold digger who ruined a marriage. The judgment falls. Mrs. Muriel wins on all counts. Outside, reporters swarm. Eve flees in shame, ignoring Charlie's calls. She doesn't want to hear the cruel questions. Charlie, furious, yells at them, "Shut up about her!" The papers blow it up. For the first time, Charlie feels the city's coldness. Public opinion is drowning them both. Worried, he often waits outside Eve's place at night, always in vain. One night, disappointed again, he wanders into the subway. Hours later, he ends up at that familiar diner. Pushing the door open, he finds Eve, sitting quietly under the moonlight. Charlie missed her deeply, but Eve feels guilty. She thinks, if not for her, Charlie could have lived rich and happy with $4 million. Yet in Charlie's eyes, money means nothing. Love with Eve is priceless. Eve has never been loved like this, never been chosen so firmly. Hearing his words, she decides to stay. Not only that, they agree to leave the city. Together, they'll start fresh in a new place. Just then, a knock on the door shatters their fantasy. A homeless man stands outside, begging for a meal. Charlie and Eve don't hesitate. They welcome him in, serve him hot food, then step aside and hug each other. But suddenly, the homeless man pulls out a camera. Turns out, he's actually a veteran journalist with 10 years experience. He disguised himself to see real kindness from the bottom of society. Even cornered by public opinion, Charlie and Eve still show love and kindness. Isn't this the truest form of love? The verdict didn't change, yet the reporter's heartfelt story clears their names. As the article spreads, their love story touches the whole city, but they know nothing. On the day they plan to leave, they stop by the diner one last time. To their surprise, the place is filled with letters. Inside every envelope, small bills. Citizens, moved by the report, created a fund for them. They believe no kind soul should feel abandoned in this city. For 3 days, envelopes pile up. The final count, an incredible $600,000. With the money, Eve redeems her diner. Charlie returns to the police station. As for Muriel, she marries the old man from the cruise, but he's a con artist. Soon, he takes all her money and vanishes. Left with nothing, Muriel swallows her pride and works in a nail salon. Finally, in the heart of the city, a wedding balloon rises into the sky. Charlie and Eve scatter invitations like petals over the crowd. The slips swirl in the air like ribbons, celebrating their love. That moment becomes eternal. Their story turns into a legend, passed down as a tale of true love.